Welcome, everybody, back to another brand new episode of From the Sidelines. Today marks a very special episode as we are bringing in our co-host, Robbie. Welcome to the show, Robbie. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm chilling. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. NBA free agency. If you haven't been keeping up with it, you must live under a rock or something because it feels like every 5 seconds something is happening. What do you want to start off with, Robbie?
So I think the first thing we probably hit is the Norman Powell to the Bulls because that was, I
So
think, the furthest
weird.
back one,
So
if I'm not
random.
mistaken.
Norman Powell signs to the Bulls. What was it, like a 2 year deal or something?
Yeah,
I
two
should have
years,
probably I probably
45.
should have put all that stuff on my list. I just
Already
literally
got you.
have
Already
Powell
got you
to the
covered.
Bulls. It was how much?
It was 45 over 2 years.
Yeah, so
So
as a Heat fan,
two and a half.
people probably expect me to be a little sad that we lost Norman Powell. I could not be
Okay.
happier, actually. I'm so ecstatic that we got rid of Norman Powell. I think he was
Okay.
awful. Um, but for the Bulls, I feel like not a bad pickup. They needed scoring, they needed guards.
Yeah.
And they're a team that now with the new lottery rules, you don't want to be the worst team in the league anymore. You don't
Exactly.
want
I
to
think that's the
win
point of that.
12 games.
Yeah.
So you go in, you bring in an all-star. He can average 22 a night. A lot of shooting that they desperately need because who are they even running out there? Josh Giddey can't shoot. Nick Claxton can't shoot. Modest can't really shoot. Caleb Wilson can't shoot. So it's like
Yeah.
Norman Powell will be that
Nick
scorer that
Claxton
you
is not
need.
going to shoot.
No, Nick Claxton is not really going to do a lot, but he might defend. He might.
Maybe.
If he reverts
But,
it to 4 years ago, he might
yeah.
defend. So I give this is a solid move to for the Bulls in my opinion. I was really
Yeah.
shocked to see that's the team he decided to go to, but I like it. What are your thoughts?
I'm not surprised really on his end. I think a lot of it boils down to he's gonna get told shoot whatever you want. I think for him, I mean, either an undrafted guy or second round guy came in. He's always been doubted.
Hmm.
I think first off, it's a big payday, 45 over 2 years, especially in the new CBA. That like middle class of NBA players has been deleted essentially
Yeah,
in terms of the earnings. So I think for him, he got a nice payday. He'll get to shoot whatever he wants. And then, like you
any
said, for the
shot he
Bulls, I
wants.
mean, um, you really don't want to go in that regulate or relegation zone. So for them, I think definitely adding him. I mean, we're talking about it earlier, but like, who's going to play shooting guard for the Bulls, right?
Yeah, we just had
I
that
think,
talk.
I think,
Norman
I think that's
slides in
all
and
pretty
fits that role perfectly. Um, I don't know. The Bulls are such a weird team
not
because
too
they
long of a
could be
contract.
good. They could also just be really bad still. But Norman
Yeah,
Powell, yeah, it makes sense for him to go there because he doesn't want to pass. I don't know if you watched any Norman Powell last year or like his entire career. He does not want to pass. But he's such an interesting guy because like he's what 33, I want to say, or 32. Like he's old and he just took this leap to being like a bona fide scorer, I guess you could call him. Like I don't really know what to call
33
him.
years old.
Yeah,
He
he's
he
old.
just turned 33 in May.
He's old and he's just became a first time All Star. I remember 2 years ago with the Clippers, he had a really good year. My fault. So it's a little, I don't know. It's just so random. But for the Bulls, desperately needed spacing, shot creation, and I'm sure Bulls fans will learn to hate him in a couple years because not even a couple years, a couple months because he does not
Well,
pass the ball.
I think part of this is also Giddy will pass. That's all he's gonna do. And
Hmm.
then the other thing is, Powell only got 2 years, which we'll
Right.
see later with some contracts. A lot of these
He'll be
guys are getting
really
5 years.
movable next year too.
Yep,
Expiring deal, contender team
22 and
takes a
a half.
risk,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, like so. Yeah. Shout out to the Bulls. They've had a fine offseason so far. I don't think they've made any other moves. They lost a couple guys. They've lost not Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton and Anthony Simons, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's been an interesting offseason, but they bring in Norman Powell and they bring in Caleb Wilson and they're get a new GM and a new coach, I believe, right? Who's their coach?
They just got him from the Blazers. I believe it might be Tygo
Tiago
Splitter.
Splitter. Tiago Splitter, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued by the Bulls next year. I think they're going to be mid. They'll probably be a playing team like always, which for them is good because now they can get the number one pick, and maybe next year they get You would know who the number one pick is going to be next year. I have no idea.
Jordan Smith or Tyron Stokes, I would imagine.
Yep, they can
Uh,
get one of them, and they can trade Josh Giddey, and he can just be gone.
which the good thing about Jordan Smith is he's a shooting guard, so he could come in and kind of. I mean,
Take
we're
the
getting ahead
running
of
point
ourselves,
role.
obviously,
Yeah,
but
they're gonna end up with the 14th pick or some bullshit.
yeah,
Well, let's
probably
let's let's transition a little bit because the Bulls don't need 10 minutes of talking time. Realistically, let's
for
talk about the
sure.
Lakers. The Lakers had a
Oh,
big offseason in
yeah,
about a span of 25 minutes. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but Shams tweeted out 5 Lakers things in a span of 20 minutes. The biggest one, they bring in Walker Kessler. They trade away 2 first-round picks in 2031 and 2033 as well. That's it, right? That was all they traded away, right? Was there
it
any
was
people
2 firsts
attached?
and 2 swaps.
And two
I believe
swaps. Yeah.
the firsts
Seconds,
were in
right?
31 and 33, I believe.
Is that not what I said? Is it? I don't know. I might have said some bullshit. But regardless,
Oh no, I believe it
um
was.
regardless, big price to pay. And then what was the contract on that? Do you have it?
That was 130 over 4, so that would average out to like 43. No, I lied. That would average out to like 30 something.
33.
Yeah,
Something.
not a big
Something. We're
math
not
guy.
we're not here to give y'all math lessons, right? We're just here to fucking talk about what happened. But Walker Kessler is a Laker. What are your thoughts?
I think it was a very big overpay. Aside from like the NBA Twitter jokes of them turning into the Minneapolis Lakers, I definitely think you're expecting a lot out of Kessler if you're making this deal. I mean, this is a guy who last year played 5 games. He's been dealing with that shoulder injury since college. So now, granted, I remember when he was a prospect, there was a lot of hope that he could be an elite offensive and defensive guy. The offense has been kind of slow. I think the biggest takeaway with this and also the other Lakers moves we'll get into later is this is a team built for Luka. I don't know if it's a team built for playoff success, but I would I would be buying all of the Luka MVP odds that I could. This is exactly what 24 Dallas looked like, and I think even better, honestly, in terms of maximizing Luka's skill set. So
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about the other moves they made too. They brought in Colin Sexton. I think it was like 2 years, 19 million, and then Quentin Grimes, which I don't have the numbers on that one. I want to say it was like a 3-year deal
60
though.
for 4. I think he's a
Four.
player option
Okay,
last year.
I think so as well. So you bring in Kessler, you bring in Sexton, you bring in Grimes and Mamu Shveli, whatever his name is, Mamu,
Yeah,
from the Raptors. Um, My thing about the Lakers right now is that they're not good enough. I think like we can both sit here and agree that they're not good enough,
yeah,
and they have no assets. They have nothing they can trade away. They don't have a first round pick for the next, what is it, like 9 years or something that's tradable.
yeah,
Um, so I like Kessler for this team. I hate that they had to give away 2 first round picks to the Jazz, who weren't going to pay him the money that the Lakers paid him in the first place, um, which I also think is a big overpay. I would have preferred even like Jalen Duren. Like if they were going to give somebody a bag and two
yeah.
first round picks, I would have preferred Jalen Duren. Um, that's my biggest thing. But like Walker Kessler with Luca, I think is going to be good. He can catch lobs. He can defend. He's one of the best rim protectors when he does play, which is a big thing. He doesn't play, but also he's been on a Jazz team that doesn't really necessarily want him to play. So I
That's
give
true
him a
too.
little bit of leeway with that. But he has been dealing with the shoulder thing since college. Um, so I like that move. I don't love it because once again the trading 2 first round picks to bring in a guy that's a free agent, and his team very clearly said we're not going to pay him. Kind of
Yeah,
makes no sense to me, but we'll see how that one turns out. And then you get Sexton, you get Grimes. I don't like Quentin Grimes if he's going to be your starting three. I just think that their defense is not going to be good enough. But I don't know who
yeah,
would start at the three if it's not Quentin Grimes. So when you bring up the 2024 Mavericks, I don't see this Lakers team being better than them just because they don't have the defensive impact. I don't think they don't have a Derrick Jones Jr., a PJ
yeah,
Washington who's bought in defensively. Even a guy like Kyrie Irving in the playoffs was really like locking up, and I just don't see Austin Reeves doing that. I
yeah,
for damn sure don't see Quinn Grimes doing that. Colin Sexton off the bench, he'll be nice for you, but I would have preferred them just bring back Marcus Smart if that's what they were going for.
for sure.
Um, And I don't even know who
I think,
starts
like
for
I
this
said,
team at the 4. I'm
yeah, and I
forgetting
mean, like I
somebody.
said, like I I think this is a team meant to get Luka MVP,
Hmm.
not a team meant to win a ring.
Yeah, Luka's gonna average
Um,
about 35, 10, and 8.
yeah, like I think this is the idea behind this team is this is the race car, and Luka's the only one that can drive it, and you're hoping that it doesn't crash and burn in the
Yeah,
process.
pretty much.
They got rid of. We'll get to this later, but they got rid of Aiton, which I think he would have been a great fit, but he's just not wanting to buy in. There was the
He
quote of him
just,
not wanting to
yeah.
be Clint Capella.
That
I
clip is
think
so crazy, bro. He said they want me to be Clint Capella. I'm not no damn Clint Capella. Bro,
I'd gladly be Clint
if
Capella.
he
Have him
was
get like
Clint
150
Capella, his
million.
ass would be getting bags every year.
Yeah,
Clint Capella is like the most sought after type of player. Like Derek
he's still
Lively, I
getting bags.
feel
He's
like
like
fits the
34.
Clint Capella role. Like I feel like that's what teams are looking for now. I feel like we went through a while where it was like players like DeAndre Ayton were kind of sought after, where there's like, oh, we're gonna play through our center. I think teams are cool off that now. If you're not Jokic and you're not Embiid when he's
Yeah,
healthy, like teams don't want to play through you anymore. And DeAndre Ayton fails to realize that. That's why I have like such a big problem with like Domantas Sabonis and Alperen Sengun, because it's like I feel like they're like baby Jokic's, but they're just not good enough. So it's like you're
yeah,
actively making your team worse when you're trying to play through a Alperen Sengun when he's just not doing enough. Like he's good, don't get me wrong, he's an all-star.
yeah.
But if he's gonna be like one of your like on your team, you're gonna have to sacrifice the fact that he doesn't play defense. Like he can't shoot the
Hmm.
ball. Like he's not really he can't really score at will. Like he can play make and he'll get you 20, 22 a night. But it's like it's
Yeah,
just too big of a like I would rather have Clint Capella than Alper Sengun if I'm trying to win the championship. I feel like so.
yeah,
Yeah, if Aiden would have just buy, and he had a stretch where Aiden did buy into that role of being like,
for sure.
all right, I'm going to be a lockdown defender. I'm going to be a lob threat, and the Lakers were like the number one defense for a couple months or
Yeah,
whatever it was towards the end of the season. But yeah, so this team they lose LeBron, they lose Aiden, they lose Marcus Smart, they lose who else did they lose? Rui Hachimura,
really.
and
Yeah,
they bring in which I guess is somebody we should talk about because I don't have him on my list. But and they bring in Kessler, Sexton, and Grimes and Mamu. Mamu probably starts at the 4. He might genuinely start at the 4. I don't know who else would start
I
on
don't
that
think
team.
Vanderbilt might need to
God
get waived.
no,
Yeah, I just
Vando. I mean, at this point though, like you need defense.
well, yeah, and that's my thing. You're in the West. Who's guarding Shea? Who's guarding Ant? Who's guarding any of these, you know, hyper athletic wings who can score at will? Who on this team is guarding
They
them?
don't have they don't have a single good
Like,
perimeter defender unless I'm missing something. Let me pull up the Lakers roster because I feel like I have to be missing something. But yeah, they made a lot of moves. They got names. I just don't know if they're names that fit what they should be doing.
I'll tell you what, Harper's going to come back for the Spurs with a vengeance. Like he's going to be potentially even an All NBA
Oh
level
yeah,
player in my opinion.
Harper and Castle are too much for that team.
Yeah, like who? Yes, I'm saying like
Yeah,
so. Who's
they don't have
you're gonna
nothing.
run? You're telling me you're gonna run
Cam
Luca,
Carr.
Austin Reeves, like Cam Carr. I guess, but like I just don't trust a rookie, even though he's an older rookie. I just don't think.
They're going to have to play Maxi
First of all, that's
Kleber.
not what he was. That's not what he's built as. That's not what he's
They
meant to
lost
be.
Luke
He's not
Kennard
this
too. Sorry.
this point of attack defender. He can
Hmm.
do it. I just don't.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
sorry
Jake
if I'm the
LaRavia is
Timberwolves.
going to start for them.
Well, I mean, that's their whole mission, but yeah,
He's going to have to. I mean, he's only 24, 25.
they're gonna sell tickets. I'll tell you that much, though.
They might have to start Bronny. I think Bronny will actually get real minutes for that team, assuming he stays,
Is
and I
Bronny
think he'll
coming
actually
back?
be good.
I don't know that. Do you think
That
the
he doesn't.
Lakers sit there long term and go, "Fuck it, we'll keep Bronny"?
I
I think
think
they
so.
should.
Maybe
I
not
think they
long
should.
term, but I think this year they'll give him some run. I thought he was actually very like solid enough for a second round
Yeah.
for pick 55. Like he was actually getting
Oh yeah.
some burn, and he was like defensively, he's already good. Like, and he has the
Yep.
tools to be great. Like offensively, that's where I'm a little worried. He can get to the rim. He just needs to be able to finish, and then he needs to be able to shoot the ball a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, Bronny's a guy that I
Like I
could
said,
genuinely see by midway through the season being important for this team because they just lack defense. so much.
Like I told you, in 2022, he's more athletic than Anthony Mellon.
Which would be
I think.
nice.
Yep.
Should be good
I think.
enough. I think he could be a
I
like
think he
solid
might
role
have to be
player.
there.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't expect Bronny to ever be an all-star. I don't even expect him to be a like starter, but like a rotational player, like I could definitely see in I don't know. I'm concerned about that Lakers team. Obviously, they have Luca and they have Austin Reeves, so their offense is going to be crazy, and Walker Kessler will be able to hold it down in the paint. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. So next, what do you got next?
I have the Celtics next. So we got Mitchell Robinson on 47 million over 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mike Conley's on a vet minimum, which makes
Yep.
sense for his age. And then you bring back Kada for 56 over 4.
Damn, I didn't realize he got a bag too. How much
That's
was
what
the
I'm
Mitchell
saying.
Robinson deal? 2
It
years,
was
something?
47 over 3.
Oh, 47 over 3. Paying
Yeah.
big money to centers that can't do anything offensively. Interesting.
Yeah, and I yeah.
We can go ahead and just get into the Jaylen Brown thing too, because that's a big part of the
That's also
Celtics
a fair
offseason.
point. Yeah.
The Sixers trade Paul George and 2 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown, which was just so out of left field. I think my
Yeah.
immediate reaction was literally texting you like, "What the fuck are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?" To trade away a guy like Jaylen Brown and get back a 37, I think Paul George is 37. He's like 36 or 37-year-old Paul
He's
George coming
mid
off.
to late 30s. Yeah, like
Yeah, where he's already a guy that's never healthy. Um, and on top of that, you only get 2 first-round picks. You don't get any young talent. You don't get anything. Um,
yeah.
Very interesting because I'm looking at the Celtics now and I'm kind of wondering what the fuck they're doing. Because they're gonna run out of lineup. I assume Derek White or Payne Pritchard, Derek White, Paul George, Tatum, and then Cato probably starts, if I had to guess. I mean, they might start Mitchell
Whichever center they
Robinson,
feel that day. Yeah.
but Mitchell Robinson's a guy that you can't play more than 15 minutes a night. That's why I'm surprised they even paid him that much money. Because you can't play Mitchell Robinson more than like 15 to 18 minutes a night, or he's gonna just die on you. Like you saw him
Yeah.
in the finals when they had him out there when Cat couldn't play. He would play like 3 minute spurts and be just winded,
Yeah.
like just absolutely winded. And he's so good when he's on the floor, and he'll rebound the ball. I mean, he's a perfect guy to have in a jump shooting heavy team because he'll get you so
Mm-hmm.
many offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just I guess Jaylen Brown's value must have been so much lower than what we thought. But who's off the bench for this team? They got Hugo Gonzalez, who they wouldn't trade away for Giannis.
Jordan
Jordan
Walsh,
Walsh, Kada, or Mitchell
Max
Robinson, Mike
Shluga,
Conley. Who'd you say?
Max Shluga. I don't know. He got
Baylor
drafted to them out of BCU last year,
Baylor,
like the
Baylor
first round, I think.
Shireman's there, who they also wouldn't trade away for Giannis.
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing the Celtics like be a team that you kind of feel like is being mismanaged because they've been so like just great at managing their assets and
Yeah.
everything. But this trade to me is so odd. But however, I do still think the Celtics are going to be a really good team. I think they're going to be a top 5 seed out east. Um, Assuming that Tatum can get back to the Tatum we saw before the Achilles, which is kind of a tall task. But he was starting to get there come playoff time. Obviously, they choke a
For sure.
3-1 lead to the Sixers and then trade away their best player to them. Because why wouldn't you, right? You just choked a
No,
3-1 lead to a team. Why wouldn't you just trade him your second best player?
literally, and I still can't believe because the thing is about Paul George, if you would have been salary dumping Paul George, you're giving up a first anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So are we trading Jaylen Brown now for a 1 first? Essentially, if you think about it, because if you were going to send Paul George to any other team, you're putting a first
So
in.
the thing with Paul George is, yeah, he's a negative asset. So you're
Yeah.
literally basically trading away, yeah, like you said, Jaylen Brown for like 1 first-round pick. Is what it kind of feels like. It because you have what it's 2 years left on that Paul George contract, and he's making like a ridiculous amount of money. Like
Yeah.
that's a
He might as
contract
well.
that the Sixers go into the offseason thinking we're not going to be able to move him. Like he's just going to be stuck. I think he has a player option next year, and he's going to take it. It's
I
like
mean, yeah, I
it's like a
mean, you're
$50
making,
million player option or some
yeah.
shit. So
He's not getting it anywhere else.
yeah, so it's like I like the Celtics. I still think they're a good team. I think Paul George actually, weirdly enough, does fit what they do. Like he's gonna just take a bunch of shots and he can play some level of defense. Obviously, he's not the defender he was before all the injuries. Um,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, you just had Jaylen Brown, who also will defend better and will also take every shot you want him to. So it's just so weird. And then you see all the reports about Jaylen Brown coming out where it's like, oh, most GMs don't even see him as a top 7 player on the Celtics and blah 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 blah.
I
And I'm
think a
like, I
lot of
just
that
think
is
I just bullshit.
I think a lot of that comes down to Jaylen Brown is probably the smartest player in the NBA, and I'm sure is smarter than
Hmm.
a lot of these GMs.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's willing
And
to
they
tell
don't
them. I
they
mean,
don't like that. They said he thinks he's
yeah,
the
and that's not
smartest
their
guy in
thing.
every room he goes in. Like he probably is. Didn't he graduate from like Harvard or some shit?
He went to UC Berkeley, but like he's lectured at Harvard. He
He's
had
done,
a
yeah.
NASA
He
internship.
was the top of his like, yeah. He's probably the smartest person in every room he goes in. So it's not ridiculous
Yeah,
for him to feel that way. And then you see him on. They were saying they don't like him on Twitch and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, bro. Excuses, excuses. You messed up. No, I guess we'll see if they messed up. I guess we'll see
I think
what happens. But
I think what it really boils down to is the Celtics didn't think that if Tatum and Brown are 70% of your salary cap, that they could ever win a championship. And I really do think that's what it came down to.
that can't be what it came down to because they just won a championship.
Well,
That's what I don't get. That's what doesn't make sense to me is that they just won.
fair enough.
So it's like
But that was before the
you
new
can't
CBA though,
sell yeah, but you can't sell me
or it had
on
just started or something.
you
But
can't sell me on I think it was the first year of it because they were the one team that was like, fuck it, we're still going all in. We're gonna trade for Derek White, we're gonna
yeah,
trade for Drew
literally, yeah,
Holiday and Porzingis. But it's like, yeah, you can't sell me on the fact that you think they can't win together because you've seen it at the highest level. You've seen them win
yeah,
a championship and it be like dominant. Like they dominated their way through the whole finals. So I really don't. I just really don't understand it. I guess we'll see. Maybe the Celtics know something we don't. However, on the other side of things, I don't really necessarily love the trade for the Sixers either.
oh, I do, I
Obviously I
do,
like it because you bring in a top 15 player and you don't really have to give up anything for it. I don't know if I
yeah.
love the fit of Jaylen Brown on the Sixers team.
I think this was a move that was less so made for Embiid and more so made for Maxey.
I could agree
I
with
think
that. I
this is
think
like the
they
first,
yeah,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. I don't. I think that they're probably. I haven't looked at their odds yet. I would imagine they're at least the top two in the top two favorites to come out the East. It's just it really depends on what Embiid is doing.
I think to me, this is my thing. I think Maxi, I don't I don't know how to like say this without sounding like an idiot. There's a spider on my ceiling. Um Maxi, VJ, and Jaylen Brown just doesn't sound like what I would want on my team personally. Like obviously, if you're just going based off straight names, it's like okay, Maxi averages 30, Jaylen Brown can average almost 30, VJ Edgecombe looks really good. I just feel like
Yeah,
I liked what they had last year a little bit better. Like obviously it wasn't enough. I would have liked to see them. I don't know. It's just it was so they were in such a tough place because nobody was going to trade for that Paul George contract. I just like the backcourt of VJ and Tyrese being the focal point, like especially like VJ coming out like and doing what he did. I think he was
yeah,
on pace to becoming like an all-star player. I feel like Jaylen Brown going there kind of stunts that a little bit. And then obviously it's so reliant on Joel Embiid now being able to play. Like now you're trading for Jaylen Brown who's making $60 million a year or whatever it is, and you kind of need Joel Embiid to be out there for it to be worth it because they're obviously not going to win. Sorry, um
yeah.
without it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's probably going to work. Like, I don't know if they'll be a playoff team, or no, I know they'll be a playoff team. I don't know if they'll be a
Yeah,
finals team. I
yeah,
don't know if they will win. Hold on, sorry, I gotta text. But I don't know if they're going to be able to win it all. They're just too reliant on Joel Embiid's health and VJ Edgecombe taking a leap while he also has to take a back seat at the same time, and then like
yeah.
Jaylen Brown fit. Like I don't know. I just don't know. There's something
And it's a
about that
sophomore
team that
season.
just kind of feels a little wrong to me. But they also brought in Anthony Simons, which is like another to me. It's like another one. It's like yes, scoring. Yes, it's a name, but it's like why? Like I don't feel like that's the backup guard they need on that team. Personally,
Yeah, I will say though, it was 12 over 2. That's 6 million a year. Any team in the league, I think, should
would have
give
given them
Anthony
that back.
Simons that
Yeah, I
contract.
was mad that the Heat didn't do it.
Because I mean, worst case scenario, you just put him on the bench or ship him
Yeah,
out for nothing.
bye. Like some
Like,
people take them. Yeah, 3-point
yeah,
shooting off the bench. I just want them, and I should probably have the rest of their roster pulled up. I don't really know who else is over there, but they need. I think they need like I don't know, a backup guard that's not score first mentality. Like I feel like the three backcourt people they have between like Tyrese and Edgecombe and then Brown are all like defenders or not defenders. I'm tweaking right now. They're all score first mentality. None of them
yeah.
are looking to play make. And then Joel Embiid is such a ball stopper that I just don't know. Like I don't love Jaylen Brown in the okay, I'm gonna sit here and be the third option role. Like I just feel like that's not gonna fit him.
My bigger concern would be who's playing center when Embiid's out.
Yeah, because they just lost Andre Drummond and Adem Bona.
Yeah, and that's where it gets tricky for me because you're probably only getting 55 games out of Embiid at best.
If
Like
that.
I just
That's
don't.
that's
That's what I'm
asking for
saying.
a lot. All right, sorry about
Um,
that, y'all. We're back. We left off talking about the Sixers. I think yeah, the Sixers obviously are a better team now. I still probably wouldn't have them above teams like the Knicks. I don't know if I would have them above the Pacers. But maybe they're in the Sixers. The Heat, we still see what they got to do. Like they could bring in a team, a guy like LeBron. Um, I don't know. It's
the Washington
interesting.
Wizards
The
basketball team.
Raptors got better. The Wizards, AJ DeBonza might average 45. He's actually number one on my small forward ranking list. So
I
can't wait to
like
get
that.
into that.
You like
Wait,
that?
but yeah, no, I don't know. For me, and maybe you feel differently, but I wouldn't. I still don't think the Sixers are a title contender.
I think they can make it to the finals. I don't think they win. I just don't think any Eastern Conference team is legitimately going to have a shot.
Mm,
But then again, we said
yes.
about the Knicks,
And we said that
and the
about the
Knicks
Pacers,
dog
and
walked the Spurs.
the Pacers took the Thunder to 7, and it
I
took
hate the
Tyrese
Zubac.
Halliburton dying.
I hate
I
Zubac with
I think that's
Halliburton.
such a dumb trade too.
Well, not even about the picks. I just Halliburton with Zubac is a weird combo.
It is a weird combo, but we can move on. The Celtics too. The Celtics are a team that I think are still probably like above the play-in. I could see them falling into the play-in, but I think Tatum and Brown and
Yeah.
maybe Pritchard will take a little bit of a leap, and Missoula is still
They're
one of the
hoping
best
to have a
coaches.
Jalen Brunson type leave,
Yeah,
is what I heard.
which
I
is
don't know
just
how real that is, but I
not
saw that. I
real.
was like,
But
oh,
so yeah,
good to see.
I think they're probably somewhere around like 6 to 5 range, 6 to 7 range maybe.
Mm.
But
He's doing it for the TikTok game.
where would you have them? Just
The
based on
Celtics,
yeah.
I think that's probably about right. They might make a run for the 4th seed. It all depends on
I don't
how.
know.
It all
I
depends. Well, do they want home court at least in the first round?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
just like I like the Knicks over them. I like the Raptors over them. I like the Sixers over them. I like the Pacers over them. I like the Heat over them. That's like 5 teams I like over them, solidified.
yeah,
And then the Cavs are still in the mix. Like I probably like the
I'm
Cavs regular season
Mitchell.
over like the Heat still too. So it's like, yeah, that Donovan Mitchell resigning, bro. What was that? 3 years, fucking, or was it 4 years? 200 some million.
Yeah, all I know is if he would have signed it next year, he could have had 1 year making like 80 fucking million
He's making
dollars, and I'm like,
70 million when he's gonna be like 34 or something.
so insane.
And he like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
The Cavs are in such a weird space that I don't really know what to do with them. But yeah, The Celtics, they'll be a playoff team. I'm sure they'll still make it. The Sixers obviously will be a top seed. But moving on, we can talk about the Pacers. They made another small move. They brought in Kelly Oubre, who I actually really like for that team. I think he's a really good role player alongside Halliburton and Siakam. I think he can fit in at that three if that's where they want to play him. Because they also still have Nemhard. They still have Neesmith. They brought in Zubac. They're a really deep team that I feel like a lot of people are just writing off in general because obviously Halliburton
Yeah,
died this year and they didn't do anything. I don't
true.
love that they traded away the fifth overall pick for Zubac. Like I really don't love that at all, actually.
I wouldn't
Um,
have for even the 20th pick. I just don't think he fits with Halliburton. Halliburton's going to be all the way up the court, and Zubac will still be, you know, on the
but
other end
yeah,
of the court. They're not going to be able to run fast breaks as
he'll be able
easily.
to defend and he'll be able to rebound. But he's not like a lob threat really. He's not. He doesn't space the floor, so he's kind of just there in a sense. He's a good player. Like he was almost all NBA a couple years ago. Like he's really good. But yeah, when I saw that trade go through, I was really surprised because one, I didn't understand them doing it in the middle of the season because why are you trying to get better players when you're in the middle of being one of the worst teams in the league in general? And then two,
Yeah,
obviously now you lose that pick that you probably could have gotten. If they had waited till Kawhi got traded, Zubac would have been next. So it's like,
yeah,
why they should have just waited on that trade. But yeah, then they go in and get Kelly Oubre, who I like for that team. They're really good at finding role players that they don't have to do too much for. I think losing Oubre is big for the Sixers. Like I think Oubre fit with the Sixers did really well. Shoot the ball,
yeah,
defend, kind of like a scrappy guy. He fits the Pacers really well too. So that's like a smaller
yeah.
move that I mean we don't really need to have a big segment talking about it, but
True.
Pacers
How are
continue to
you
get
feeling
better.
about how you
Good.
feel about Rui staying in LA, but for the
Going to
Clippers
the Clippers. I don't know what the
in
Clippers
the
are
8 over
doing, man.
2?
I don't know what the Clippers are doing. I don't hate the signing. They didn't give him that much money, but
Yeah,
at the same time, I guess they want to be mid, right? I guess that's kind of every team's goal now is to just be mid. They
yeah.
bring in
You
Brandon
don't want to
Ingram.
bottom out anymore.
You have Darius Garland, Brandon Ingram, and Rui Hachimura. Like
Yeah,
Benedict Mathurin,
Mathurin.
if he comes back, and then who's their center? Like Brooke
Beats me.
Lopez. Holy shit,
Oh,
Brooke
that's Brook
Lopez. They
Lopez.
they just re-signed Brooke Lopez. Like I'm pretty sure he's there still. So yeah, I mean they're gonna be like a really mediocre team. And then who did they just draft?
Kingston Flemings.
Kingston Flemings, correct. He'll be cool. I wonder how long Darius Garland lasts on this team. But I mean, then they bring in a
Beats
guy
me.
like Rui and Brandon Ingram, and it's like, oh, do they actually want to like play a little bit? Like, do they want to compete a little bit? Who knows?
Yeah,
But they traded away Kawhi. Obviously, they get 2 first-round picks back for him and Brandon Ingram. So I mean,
they set him out of the country, which I think is relevant. He's
he wanted to
no
get out of
longer
there.
under
He knew he had some charges coming
yeah,
against him. He had to get up out of there.
yeah. He said,
But yeah, shout out
I'm
to
a
the Clippers.
California
I actually like the way the
boy."
Clippers are moving this offseason
Yeah,
because I feel like they're doing a really good job of staying mid and like not being ass
yeah.
but not being good. Um,
I don't have
I
any hot
think
takes about them. I just think they're mid.
yeah, they're just gonna be a 10-11 seed and just be cool.
Yeah, which is
Tobias Harris
more valuable
signs with the Spurs.
now. Okay. I
What do
wish
you
that would
think
have been
about that?
Rui. I would have rather had Rui,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure how the money works out. I think they paid Harris more than Rui
yeah, he
got
got a
paid,
bigger bag than Rui, and I think
but
longer. He might be there for 3 years. No, it might have been a 2-year deal.
no, I think it's just two. I
It
think it's
might be
two for 30
230. Yeah, something like
because it's
that.
15 each year. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I like this
It,
move a lot for the Spurs.
I do as well. I think they needed someone who could really play the four. And the good thing about having Wemby is you don't need one of those fours that can do more
Mm-hmm.
traditional big
It's
man
the
stuff.
best
You're
thing
able
about
to
having
play
Wemby.
smaller guys.
Yeah, the best thing about having Wemby, and I had said this, I might have said this on the pod. The best thing about having Wemby is you can have a guy like Julian Champagny play your four and you'll be fine.
Devin Vassell.
Um,
Yeah,
Devin Vassell your three, like they didn't have to worry about having elite perimeter defenders because it's just like whatever. Even though I think
yeah,
Vassell's an above average defender, and then obviously you have Harper who's a good defender, and you have fucking Stephon Castle who's an elite defender, and
yeah.
De'Aaron Fox who's Hitler. But you got like you bring in Tobias Harris, and I don't know. Does he start? You think over Champagny? or Vassell.
I would assume so.
You think
I would
so?
assume so personally, but
I wouldn't be
he's a
mad.
vet. But maybe they
Yeah, I
might
don't
do like
know.
split
I hope
time
this
on
means
it.
Keldon Johnson stops fucking playing. I can't stand Keldon Johnson's ass.
I mean, he's a good regular season guy. It's
Is
just when it
he?
gets to the playoffs, some guys kind of fold. I mean, he won six man, so I assume
Nah.
so.
I mean, I have my opinions about that six man. He was never gonna win six man of the year, and then one day he went up and he went, "I should win six man of the year." And then the next like week later, he's getting announced as six man of the year. Like the odds after
Yeah,
he went up and said, "I should win six man of the year," went from like plus 5,000 to like minus 140. It was like ridiculous. It's
yeah.
the same thing that
I
happened.
don't.
Like I want to say it was like 2 years ago with Draymond.
Who said that? Jaime Jaquez? Was that Jaime Jaquez's burner account you pulled those numbers from?
No, I just made up the numbers,
Minus
but
plus 5,000 to
no,
minus
it
100
probably
funny.
wasn't really like that. But it went from it being Jaime, Nas Reed, and
Yeah,
like Tim Hardaway Jr. were like the three, and then all of a sudden Keldon
yeah,
Johnson, just because the Spurs were
yeah.
like so good. It's like Draymond did it the other year where he was like, I should be defensive player of the year, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, Draymond might win, and then it ended up going to Evan Mobley that year, I want to say. But yeah, I guess players can just go out and say, I should win, and then the media is like, fuck it, why not? Let's do it.
That's what they do with MVP. Every single MVP race boils down to that's how Embiid got the MVP.
Yeah, it was like a here damn
Embiid,
motherfucker.
yeah. Well, he went out and he was like the NBA's racist. Which I mean, we're not gonna get into that right now, obviously, but like, yeah.
I mean, I don't think and maybe I'm the odd man out. I don't think there was a single year that I thought that Embiid deserved it over Jokic.
Yeah, I don't know that it should have been Jokic all what 5 of the last years, but
He
yeah, I
had
don't think
what
it ever should have been
Jokic.
Embiid as the person.
Jokic won 3 out of 4 years,
Yeah,
and then Shea's won the last two, and then Wemby's gonna win the next 7. If I had to guess,
hopefully,
Wemby's gonna win the
but
next 85 if he can play. He's gonna win
yeah,
every. He literally could win every year. The Spurs are just
shut
good.
up.
I think that's
Yeah,
all the offseason news I have. Did you have anything else?
Tari Eason 81 over
Re-signed,
5
yep.
was
And
getting
then he went
explained
on
on Twitter
Twitter.
after that.
Yeah, he went on Twitter and would like seemed upset about it. And they're like, "Motherfucker, you signed it." He
Well,
doesn't have an
everyone was
agent
saying that
either. Like he made that deal.
I, maybe I'm wrong on this. I saw his agent was also Jalen Duren's agent,
Oh, maybe
and
he
maybe that
does
was
have an
just
agent. Maybe it's somebody
a
else.
meme. But I believed it. If it was fake, I believed it because I was like, yeah, that's a shitty contract for
It was a
him. But
shitty contract.
like, I'd give him
Uh,
81 over 5.
I feel like
I
that was
gladly
kind
done that.
of. Yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of low for him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
have
think it should
signed a
have been like
5-year
100.
extension if I was him.
Yeah, I
He's
think any
he's
of these
so
young
good.
guys,
I think Tari Eason is so underrated. He's so good. I love Tari Eason. He's such a good defender.
unless,
His
unless
biggest failure was the second half of this year not being able to shoot.
yeah,
He's always been a good like 3-point shooter, and he was so ass. And it's an extension year, and now he gets fucking $12 an hour.
yeah.
Like
Other than
poor
that,
him,
I
bro. He only
think,
makes 81 million over the next 5 years, bro. That's so fucking like, bro. The NBA is robbing these players blind, bro.
dude, you might as well at that point just quit
You might
and
as well
go
just go
work
work
at.
at fucking McDonald's. Yeah, like
That's
literally,
what I'm
bro.
saying, bro. Like,
Like that's chump
tell me
change.
I gotta go to Sacramento 3 times a year. That's stupid. I
Like
don't
you
want to go to
making,
Sacramento.
he's making 81 over 5, and Donovan Mitchell's gonna make 70 something when he's fucking 40.
Donovan Mitchell could have made 80 at 35 if he
Bro,
decided
I
next
think
year.
Devin Booker's contract just kicked in where he's making like 75 million a year.
Stupid money.
So fucking
Stupid
stupid.
money.
But yeah, that's all I had as far as free agent moves. Do you have anything else, or was that was it? There was a couple other
No.
extensions, but nothing really worth like
Yeah.
sitting here talking about. So let's get into the bulk of this episode, which is our top 10 small forward rankings. Now, we went through and I made sure that we had the same group of players. We kind of established who was going to be where because a lot of these small forwards you can classify as shooting guards, you can classify them as small forwards. So we went through and we didn't use basketball reference like I should have been doing for my first 2 lists. I kind of just guessed. And this time we really locked in on who we got. So
hmm
you want to start off or you want me to start off? You can start off. Let's hear who you got at number 10.
So number 10, I had Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden
Um,
McDaniels. Wow. I
now
have him a
I'm
lot
mostly approaching
higher.
this from what do I think they're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like
This upcoming
predictive.
year, yeah,
If I were to
hmm
look back on this in next May, what does my ranking look like? That's what I'm trying to do here.
right.
So for me, I put Jaden McDaniels at 10. I think it's a really deep class of small forwards, and we're kind of picking hairs at a certain point, but
hmm
I had him at 10, really versatile defender. I know the Timberwolves are very high on him, maybe more than that. Um,
I have him so
and
much higher. I'm not gonna lie, I have him like several spots higher.
well, that's the fun part about the small forwards is it's
That is it,
very
because yeah, I can't sit here and tell you you're wrong. Obviously, I don't want you to spoil who you have ahead of him. I'll just go ahead and start off. My honorable mentions: I had Trey Murphy and
okay.
Asar Thompson. Those were two guys that I did not. I just couldn't find a spot for on my list. Asar
I had a
Thompson, I
story.
wanted to. You had him on your list, or you had him as
I
a
had him
honorable
on my
mentions?
honorable mentions.
Like I wanted to find him a spot, but he's just such a liability offensively that it didn't feel
Yeah,
right putting him in there. But he's probably the best defender in the world besides like Wemby, like as far as non-bigs go. Um,
yeah.
and then Trey Murphy, he's so good, but he's just not better than
He's
any
on.
of the dudes above him at the end of the day,
He's also
in
on the
my
Pelicans.
opinion. And he's a
How
Pelican,
relevant
right?
will he be next
Right.
year?
He's a fucking
I'm
Pelican.
hopeful he gets sent anywhere
My
else.
I hear the Celtics. My number 10, I have Franz Wagner. Um,
Okay.
can never stay healthy. He's pretty good when he's on the court, but he also isn't can't shoot the ball anymore. He'll give
Yeah.
you. I'll pull up his numbers right now. I think he's like 20 something a night, like 22. Like they had a stretch last year where Paulo was out. It was either last year or the year before where Paulo was out, and he was carrying them, and they were actually like staying above the 500 mark.
Yeah. I don't
Like
know that
he
they fit very well together as
I don't.
co-stars.
Yeah, I just don't like their fit. He was 25-3 this year, 35% from the three, which is honestly better than he'd been shooting. But yeah, Fran's just a guy where he's so hard for me to rank because he doesn't play enough. He's not consistent enough, and then the team when he's on the court is good, but they're not great. So I have him at
Yeah.
my
I
number
can't
10 spot.
I can't think of a less culturally relevant like star player in the NBA. I'm like I
Yeah,
said, like I was telling you earlier, I've never seen an edit, the highlight, anything about
for
him. No one
Franz
talks
Wagner.
about him, which I
Yeah,
mean,
he's kind of just there, and that's because he only plays half the season.
yeah.
He missed the final couple games in the playoffs. Like he's just never there. Who do you got at your number 9?
I have Denny. Um, Me personally, I'm
I got
expecting some
Denny at the same
regression.
spot.
I think the foul baiting stuff just won't last very long in terms of the league being okay with it. It got a lot of pushback.
hmm
I think when guys are would rather shoot free throws than even attempt to make the shot, I think that's where it starts to get iffy for
Yep.
me. I'm okay with foul baiting. I'm not against it. I just think if you're not even trying to hit your layup and you'd rather just go shoot your free throws, that's not basketball anymore, at least
That's
in
why
my
to
opinion.
me, like the Shea dialogue with the foul baiting, I've never been on the side of like Shea does too much because Shea, you can see sometimes yes, he'll draw the shot, but he can also get to his spots. He can also score at will. The problem I have is when it comes to guys like Denny, who it's like come on, bro. Just like let's just be for real. When it comes to guys
He's gonna
like
drive, he's gonna
Jalen
throw his head
Brunson,
down
a lot of
every
the
time.
times, like really bothers me watching him. Trey Young, but like the difference between those two is like they're short guards. They're 6 foot something. They can't really, they gotta kind of rely on that. Denny
Yeah.
is a 6'8", 6'7", small forward, and he can't.
245. He's a
Yeah,
big
he's a
dude.
big
Yeah,
dude, and he's like I mean, if you just look at his raw numbers, you would think he's an elite scorer, but he's really not. Um,
yeah,
I'm not high on Denny either. I think his numbers this year I think are gonna be way worse with Dan coming back, and you bring in
yeah.
Jaw, and you fucking have Shaden Sharp still, and Scoot Henderson's on the rise, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Um,
I think he comes back to earth a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
I think he comes way back down to earth, but he is a guy that averaged 24, 6, almost 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Like he was
Yeah, I
good.
think he's a great slash and kick guy. I mean, a Wizards fan. I watched the beginning part of his career. Good slash and kick guy. And once he started to realize that when he's slashing on those drives, if he throws his head back, he's gonna get sent to the line if he
Yeah,
can't pass it out.
he
Like,
jumped from 17 a game to 24, from 5 free throws a game to 9.
yeah,
Guy that can't really shoot the three ball, 31%
I just
on
don't think
six
he ever
attempts
got
this
better.
year. Um, Yeah, he's one of those guys that kind of just got more minutes and didn't really get that much better. But I mean, he's
Yeah,
solid,
like
and I think as like a third or fourth option that he'll be over there now, or third option, I guess he'll be over there. Like I think he'll be good. Like I'm not a hater. Like I don't hate him probably the way that you do as much. But yeah, I just couldn't have him any higher than my number 9 slot. Who do you got at number 8?
number 8 for me, I have Khan. Um, I think with LaMelo leaving, he'll have a little bit more opportunity.
Ryan Knipple did not make
Uh,
my list.
really.
Yeah.
So I think
Did you
a
have
lot
Franz
of
on
his
your
allure for
list?
me was that
Did you have Franz on your list or no?
I don't. I actually didn't put Franz on my list. But part of that is also I just can't remember a single play that I've seen of
Yeah.
Franz.
Okay.
I'm kind of like if I don't really know the guy, I don't really want to rank him like that. I think Khan. I'm hopeful the defense will get better. I think he can really stonewall some guys that are bigger than him.
Mhm.
I think he has a lot of strength, but I also would imagine the shooting probably gets a little better, which is it was already crazy this year. But just getting more confidence, more reps in the league. Lamelo's leaving, so I think he'll get more opportunity, and it'll kind of be the Khan and Brandon Miller show.
It's kind of what
Uh,
scares me about them is that LaMelo is leaving, and I feel like LaMelo generated him so many good open looks, and I feel
mhm,
like he's not a guy that's going to be able to, what's the word? Like he's not a shot creator. I don't think he's like an all-star level player in my opinion. Um so
yeah,
I feel like I'm worried for Khan that they're gonna put too much on his plate and he's gonna kind of regress. And then like you saw in the playing games, he wasn't doing too well. I wanted to have him on my list. He would probably be another honorable mention guy, but I just based on like I don't know. I don't know what to think about him because I genuinely view him as a role player. Like I don't view him as a star. I don't view him as an up and coming star. I view him as a
I think the
really
goal is Klay
good,
Thompson.
yeah, like a real. I mean I guess Klay Thompson was an all star and all that, but I never viewed Klay Thompson as a star, like a superstar, like
You
level
don't
player.
want him to run the team.
Yeah, at all. So I do fear for Khan a little bit, but I mean the shooting is still there. It's undeniable. He's a much better defender than people get him credit for. He can get to the basket. He's not just a spot up shooter, which I think a lot of people kind of lump him into that always white he can shoot category. Like he does a lot of things really well. Um, I just feel like
He's not
everyone
Sam
else I have
Hauser.
on this
You know what I
list
mean?
is like an all star level
There's more to his game than Sam Hauser,
for
I
sure.
think.
Oh yeah, way
I
more,
think I think a lot of people
way
miss.
more to his game than a Duncan Robinson or whoever
Yeah, like I think his
Corey Kispert.
physicality is a very important part. Like he can
Yeah.
put you in the post if you're a
Yeah.
smaller two guard.
I'm
Or
really intrigued to see him this year without Lamelo Ball because I feel like Lamelo driving kick like his stuff just helped. I mean that the on and off numbers from Lamelo on that team versus when he was off were just like dramatic. Like their offense was so much
yeah,
better with Lamelo. I'm so worried about
my
them. I
only concern
still
with
don't
Lamelo
love the
is
Lamelo trade at all. Hmm?
yeah, but the thing with Lamelo is he played 72 games this year, but also the previous several years he's
He never
not even hit
plays.
50.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
So
my
it's
I think he's played like 2 seasons in
That's
6 years.
that's why I'm cool with the Hornets actually doing that trade. Um, like I don't think it's as
I guess
bad as
more
a
than
lot of
2 years,
people
but yeah.
think it is, but also it still concerns me for a guy like Nipple, who I do think is more reliant on having a good point guard on his team. My
So what
number, what number are we on? 8.
8, yeah.
My number 8, I got Jimmy Butler. He was one of the hardest
Not
people to
ranked for me.
put on this, huh?
Not ranked for me.
Not ranked for you. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. He was somebody
Is he
that
coming off an
was,
ACL
yeah, he was just
or
such
an
a
Achilles?
weird person. It was an ACL mid February or maybe mid January. I didn't know where to put him on this list because I do still feel like he has, like last year, he was better than I thought Franz and Denny was, right? And originally the guy I had him above. I kind of was like, teetering on the line of, but I was like, you know what? I'll put Jimmy a little bit lower. I probably could have had him off this list. I think originally when I made it, I had him off this list, and then you texted and were like, Jimmy, whatever is on there too, and I was like, oh man, yeah, Jimmy is a small forward. I'm like,
37 on opening night, by the way.
he did what?
37 on opening night. He'll be
So
37 years old.
he's old. He's old. He's coming
That's
off
what
an
I'm saying.
ACL. I didn't realize he was that
That's what I'm
fucking old.
saying.
He's making a bag. But I mean, Jimmy Butler is still Jimmy Butler. He was still an elite defender. He was still scoring at will. Obviously, now after this ACL, next year he probably won't be on this list. He might not be on this list. I did just kind of want to give him some flowers though, because I mean it's Jimmy Butler, man. Like at the end of the day, it's Jimmy Butler. Like he was still giving you
Yeah,
20 something a night efficiently, good defense. He was still running the team. The Warriors were an above average team when him and Steph were both healthy, which was for like 7 minutes. But I mean, they were still really good. But I there was no world that I could have him higher than I have him right now. Like, and this is a
no,
bias pick because anybody that knows me, Jimmy Butler's been my favorite player since I've started watching basketball. Well, not since I started watching basketball, but he's been my favorite player for the past like 12 years or
with you.
however long it's been. So it's like I had to have him on this list somewhere. He's the reason I even like basketball as much as I do today. So I mean, bias pick,
Yeah,
homer pick, but yeah, Jimmy Butler as my number 8. Who you got at number 7?
I have Trey Murphy as
Oh
my
wow,
number 7.
oh wow, okay,
Uh,
I like it
what I'm saying, I'm hopeful he gets shipped anywhere else. I think if he did what he did on New Orleans this year on a relevant team, people would view him very differently.
for sure. For sure. I think he's a guy that goes under the radar because he's on a shitty ass Pelicans team. And then you
Yeah,
see like the Pelicans refuse to give him up and they are like he's untouchable. So then it gets even more to the point where like he's not that good that he's untouchable and he needs to go for 3 first
yeah,
round picks or whatever it is. But Trey Murphy, send him somewhere else and I think everyone will see he's that guy
yeah.
for sure.
He's only gotten better
Every
his
year.
entire career.
Such a good shooter. He can defend. He's
Mid
lengthy,
mid first round pick wasn't supposed to be this good.
but he's so good. Please send him somewhere.
Every year has gotten dramatically
Please
better.
send him somewhere relevant so he can make my list next year over
Literally.
fucking bum ass Denny. Number
Yeah.
7, I have. Now that I'm looking at my list, I kind of want to move this guy up because I originally had him at 8, but I'm thinking about putting him at 6. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna move him up again. I'm gonna put at my number 7. We're at number 7, right?
Yeah.
Number 7, I had Jaden McDaniels.
Okay.
I think Jaden McDaniels for so long in his career has been just like a defensive guy. Everyone just views him as a defensive minded player. I thought this year he took the like a little bit of a leap offensively, and he was more um, aggressive. I'm trying to pull up his stats now, so
Yeah.
I don't look like a jackass, and I can actually back myself up. Um, he only averaged what 15 a game. I want to say, yeah, 15 a game. I thought come playoff time he was more aggressive too. Um, but he was efficient. I mean, he didn't shoot the three ball. No, he shot the three ball really well this year. That's the biggest difference. He shot
Yeah.
41% on 3.5 attempts versus 33, 33, 40 1 year. But he's been a low 30s. And then he's giving you some of the best defense in the league. I think there's a reason a team like Minnesota values him so much and makes him untradeable for any team because I think him next to Anthony Edwards, like it's just been going up and up every year. He's 15 this
One
year,
of the few
obviously with
guys who
LaMelo
really guard
too.
everyone.
Yeah. And then I think with LaMelo coming in too, like his value just skyrockets. I originally had him a little bit higher, but then I kind of realized, okay, maybe I'm doing a little too much for a guy that's really
Yeah.
just mostly a defender. But he's just such an elite defender to me.
Yeah.
That can also give you offense. That's why, like, when I was thinking about putting Asar on this list, I was like, who's better defensively, Asar or Jaden McDaniels? I think Asar is the best defender in the world, perimeter defender in the world. So I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry, but then I'm like, what Jaden gives you offensive is so like way outweighs so much the difference between their defense. So I put Jaden on this
Yeah.
list, and I think he's a guy that is better than Franz and Denny to me. I don't really think like, and then Jimmy Butler, sure too, but like I just like what gives me defensively more than what I like Denny and Franz give me offensively. So I'll put him above those two. You had him at number 10, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I have him what 4 spots higher, 3 spots higher. So I think all these guys are kind of in the same like range to me though. Like I'm not gonna have a fit about you putting him. I am surprised you had Khan on your list. That I did not see coming. But hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
Who do you got at number 6?
I have Braun at 6. Very dependent on where he goes, but I think 6 is
Ooh,
a good place for
bro, how
now.
how weird was it to do this list and not have LeBron number 1?
Not only that, it was weird because I don't even know where he's gonna be because it's so dependent.
So weird, bro.
Like,
I swear, like every list for so long is like LeBron James #1, LeBron James #1, and now it's like, where am I gonna put LeBron James? So you got him at 6.
yeah,
I had him a little bit higher than that. But yeah, I mean LeBron, he'll still give you. I mean, we just saw what he did in the playoffs, right? He still was really good. Led them to a win against Houston. He
yeah.
still play make like he's still the smartest player in the world. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't really deny the fact that he's taken a big step down. That's crazy. At #6, I got Cooper Flag.
Okay.
Cooper Flag, I originally had a #8 on my list, and I as I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, let me just move him up. Let me move him up. And honestly, I could have even kept moving him up. He's so good. It's just that he's so young and he's only had one season that I don't want to have him higher than he is. Um,
The thing is, though, he was so elite, and should have been a freshman in college
yeah,
last year
yeah. I
based
mean,
off his age.
elite defensively, elite offensively. He had a. Did he? I don't think he got to 50. He might have gotten to 50. He had a couple games high 40s. Like you could tell as the season progressed he was putting all together, and also he was playing on a shitty ass Mavs team where Anthony Davis decided to leave and Kyrie Irving was out all year. Like he didn't have much help around him. um so to come in as
Got
a
forced to
rookie
point guard too.
and be and he the first half of the season he was playing point guard for whatever reason. So to come in as a
Yeah.
rookie and be the focal point of a team and still be able to put up the numbers he did, which I guess I could go ahead and pull that up to see what he did average. I know it was over 20. Might have been closer to like 25. What did he average? 21. He didn't average 25. I gassed it. But 21 efficiently too. He shot 50% from the field, only 29% from three. Like I think that number probably goes up as his career goes on. He shot 30% from three. Like that'll if that gets around 35%, I mean he's gonna walk his way into 27, 28 points per night and with elite defense. Yeah,
Will he even
Cooper
be
Flag.
20 on opening night? I don't even think he'll even be 20.
I don't think so. I don't
And
know. His
that's for me.
birthday
That's
is December 21st, so he
yeah,
won't be.
yeah.
Yeah, Cooper
For me,
Flag,
that's
the GOAT trajectory.
who did you
Yes,
have
that's
at
crazy.
or is it my turn?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
go
my
ahead.
turn.
Who
I
you
had
got
Kawhi
next?
at 5.
Oh wow. Oh
I
wow.
Kawhi.
Okay.
He's getting old. These older guys who have started to take a slight step back, I'm fading heavy just because um I think once they get that slight regression, that next year normally it gets bad. Just if you look at the
That's
trends throughout the
interesting and now I got this random website pulled up on my screen. That's interesting. Can it close? What the hell is happening? Yeah, so
jacking you.
technical difficulties. But
I got
yeah, that's interesting. I would not classify Kawhi Leonard as having fallen off at all, in my opinion.
I mean, so don't get me wrong, he heated up towards the end of the year. Um, I do think it's like I said, I think it's funny that he literally had to leave the country. That was his preferred destination was not America. Um, the other thing is, how's Kawhi?
Dude, you
That's
know
my
how
thing.
much do you know what Kawhi
And
averaged this year? He averaged 28.
I'm about to say 27 or 28, but
That's coming off of 21, 23, 23, 25, 27. Like this was his career best scoring year.
yeah, I
Number
get that.
7
But
in
also,
MVP.
how many games has he played?
He played 65 this year, 37 the year before, 68, 52, 52, 57.
Didn't even
He's not giving
play
you
the
over
entire
70.
2022 season.
Yeah, I had Kawhi a lot higher, and I actually like was really considering him putting him #1 off this season. He shot 38% from almost 39% from three, 57% from the field, um, 28 a night, and then elite defense on top of
Before
that.
this
But I
year,
also see what you're saying in terms of
before
he's
this year,
old.
he had one season on an All NBA team since 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get that he had a good year and he barely even hit the threshold for making
Yeah, I know.
awards.
He
He
was
had
at 66,
5
right?
games,
65.
65. He had
Yeah,
exactly the amount of games he
like the
needed.
exact amount.
And I also don't know that him going to Toronto is he going to care that much?
I love
Is
him
he
in
going to
Toronto. I think
No, I agree. I
him
agree.
and
But my thing
Scotty is gonna
is,
be so fire.
I agree. But my thing is, 35-year-old Kawhi. He just turned 35, granted, but in a new country, new team, new organization, do you think he's going to really care about basketball that much?
Yeah, I mean that's always kind
Maybe
of the
I'm wrong on
question
that.
with Kawhi. I don't know. I think yeah, it's just so funny that he wanted to go to the Raptors. Like he knew something was coming after him or something. But I mean,
And that's my other thing. We could get to opening day and they're like, yeah, he's suspended for half the season.
because yeah, we still don't know what's happening with that whole Clippers situation with them paying
If
him
anything,
$50 million
but yeah,
under the
I
table.
imagine they kill time until it's no longer relevant and then give him
Yeah,
a
which
fine.
is kind of
That's
what happened already. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. At my number five, we're at number five. Yeah, my number
yeah.
five, I had OG, um,
Okay.
which is
Not ranked for me. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
I was
kidding.
about to say, boy, um,
You're like, you to watch ball.
that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm thinking about it, you had Kawhi and Braun under OG Anunoby, huh?
I think I just think he's so valuable to what the Knicks are. But also, I
Yeah.
granted I could be really wrong on this,
My question to you
but
is if you take away OG Anunoby and you put Kawhi Leonard, do you think that they're better or worse?
I think I'd rather have OG.
You might. That
I
might
think
be a
it's
legitimate thing because
I
you
think
don't
it's
know if
pretty
Kawhi's
even.
gonna
Like,
play. You don't know how much he's gonna play. But I mean, obviously, player for player, you probably think Kawhi Leonard's a better player than like when he's on the court actually playing, Kawhi Leonard's just better than OG
I
Anunoby.
just
Like
think
it's
there's so much recency bias because I do not think Kawhi last year was a better player than OG,
oh, I
or
do.
at least
I
a
do
better
think so.
asset. And for me, I would rather have OG
I don't know if there's ever
because
been a year. I can understand rather having OG just because of everything that comes with Kawhi, but I don't know if there's ever been a time where I've seen Kawhi Leonard on the court and I said I'd rather have OG on Anunoby.
and in addition, I'm looking at this as this upcoming season.
Hmm.
And like I said prior,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
fading.
that's why I can see where you're coming from 100%. OG, I got a
But
five.
in terms of it's a basketball game and I have Kawhi or I have OG,
Yeah,
if you are promising me Kawhi is healthy and locked in, sure, I'll take Kawhi.
yeah,
But for me, there's so much more to it than just the 48 minutes of the game, and I think I'd
yeah,
rather have
yeah. No,
OG.
I hear that. OG, I have at my number five. Um, I've said this for years, and I'll keep saying it. OG Anunoby is the best role player. He is the peak, like definition of role player. Um,
Mhm.
he's not like an all star, and I think that's fine. Like he's one of the few guys that I'm just cool with him being in his role. I don't want you to put the ball in his hands more. Like in the finals, one of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, next year OG better start getting the ball more," and I'm like, "No." That diminishes his
No,
value.
yeah,
That diminishes his value on his team. When you start looking at a guy to go get you 20 points a night versus him. Oh, he randomly went for 25, and that's a big help. Bro, what OG Anunoby does, I think an average basketball fan won't see on a night to night basis.
yeah,
Just defensively and what he does for a team offense, like the extra shit he does, even like in what game was it? Game 4 of the finals when he had the tip in, um,
yeah,
like whatever. It's like
yeah.
just so much little shit that he does. He's also a guy that struggles to stay healthy, but yeah, OG Anunoby, I think any team in the league would take on their team, and it wouldn't be like a hesitation, a doubt. He can
My
fit in
other thing
anything.
is
Good.
if I had to pull an NBA player, a random NBA player out of a hat,
Hmm.
and I had to choose someone beforehand to guard him,
Hmm.
I'm picking OG over
Yeah.
Asar. I understand
Oh
Asar
wow.
is better in terms of his specific matchups,
Hmm.
but if you're telling me I need someone who can legitimately, and no one can guard 1 through 5, don't get me wrong, but,
There's
like,
one person. His name
okay,
is Idris.
aside from Bam, but, like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm playing.
I
Yeah.
probably would rather take OG than Bam in that scenario, and
Which,
I
yeah, no,
think
for sure.
that that defensive versatility does a lot for me because I never have to go into a matchup and think, holy shit, who is guarding XYZ?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
worst case scenario, I mean, the Knicks have a luxury with this where they have Mikal as well. But
Kayla and OG and Josh Hart, like just
yeah,
great
but
defensive wings. But yeah, OG. The only reason I didn't have him higher is just because the four guys I have above him are solidified all stars and all NBA players, and he's just not that, which is fine, but he's just not.
yeah,
Who do you got at number 4?
I had Coop at 4. Like I said, I'm expecting a big jump for him. Hopefully they'll have Kyrie, so he'll have an actual point guard. Um, I think we already covered a lot of it.
Yeah,
For him to have done what he did at such a young age, I think is really important in
I
terms of what
agree.
I'm expecting for next year.
Yeah, if I
Um,
did my list more based on what I expect like next year and like a little bit looking ahead, I probably would have had Cooper Flag. Not even probably, I definitely would have had Cooper Flag a lot higher. I kind of did more based on like right now or like a little bit more off last season, which is
yeah,
why our lists are a little bit off. But I mean, it's all the same sentiment what we're saying. Cooper Flag, no doubt in our mind, is an All NBA player. He's going to be probably in MVP conversations. Will he ever win one because Wemby's around? Maybe not, but he's going to be a freak. He already is a freak. He is
yeah.
so good. My number 4, I had Braun. Um,
Okay.
and even like having Braun at 4 kind of feels a little forced. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I felt it just didn't feel right in my body to not put LeBron top 3, and especially to not have number
Yeah.
1. I'm like, I'll put him number 4, but realistically, I probably would take OG over LeBron James. Like I like
Yeah.
it's just LeBron still does a lot of things well. He's still an elite playmaker, one of the smartest players in the game. He can still go out and help you win a play. He can win you a playoff series. We just saw like he's still so good, but he's also 42 years old now. So it's like, I mean,
His
we don't got
role
to.
next season will also really depend. For
Well, yeah.
me,
Well,
if he goes to the Warriors,
when he's the third best player on
like,
the Heat and they win 75 games and then they win the finals, like,
duh. I mean, yeah, but also
yeah,
like when he goes to the Warriors and they say, "All right, go screen for Steph," the majority of his possessions, that's when it gets tricky,
I hope
right? For
Braun
me,
goes
at least.
somewhere where he can be like the third or fourth option. Like I want him to go to the Warriors just because I think watching Braun and stuff would be so fun, but I wouldn't want to see Braun as a second option.
But also, third or fourth option, LeBron is not a top 5 small forward.
Nah, he's not. But I
And
think
that's what I'm saying.
I think like a team, if he went, I mean, I feel like whatever team he goes to next, he's probably not actually going to play small forward anymore.
Well, that's true
Like
too.
if he ends up in Miami, he's going to play point guard. Like I'm fairly certain it'll be Bam, or not Bam. It'll
Or
be
if he
like
goes to Philly,
it'll be
he's playing
Brian. Who's our 2? Oh my gosh, am I tweaking?
Griffin.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like Pella Larson,
I say is it Philly? That's
Wiggins,
wild.
Giannis, and Bam or something, which I think is a good ass lineup. But yeah, like I don't know. I just kind of nostalgia made me put Braun higher, I guess. But yeah, OG's probably above him. Um, Even if we're just basing it off last year, OG's probably above him. Number 3, who you got?
I had OG3.
Okay,
So,
yeah. We don't got to talk too much because we just went on a whole spiel about how great OG is and how he's my Lord and Savior, and I love him. At number
yeah.
3, I had J Dub. I had J Dub.
Okay.
I think, and I'm probably alone in the very far from in the vast majority about this. I'm not overly high on J Dub like everyone else is. Obviously, I still have him as number 3 on my small forward list. But when I see the Thunder could do everything that they did last year without him, it kind of solidified my point because going into this year, I thought to myself that J Dub was already one of the more overrated players in the league. Just because he's good defensively, but offensively, like he's cool and he'll get you 20 a night. But I just I didn't look at him and I didn't see superstar. I didn't see all NBA player. Like I just saw like really good role player. And then he got injured. The Thunder were
Yeah.
just as good. They were still just as close to making the finals, winning the finals. Obviously, if J Dub's healthy, that would have been like that would have pushed them over the edge probably. But at the same time, it didn't feel like a team losing their second best player, if you know what I mean. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like if
It is
if
like the Celtics.
Braun would have lost weight on the Heat, or if like I can't even
It
think
is
of
like the
another
Celtics
option.
season.
Right.
Which I mean,
If
obviously Tatum was their first option, but like I actually think that proves the point more
yeah.
is else were still pretty
but then
good.
Brown could just still do like it didn't feel that impactful for me, which also kind of made it easier for me to move him down the list because it's just like while he is really good and he does a lot of things right, I still don't look at him and see like a superstar or like a even a consistent all NBA player. Like I think he got all NBA based on the fact that the Thunder were so good that year and he was a big part of that, don't get me wrong. But it was more given to him than earned, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I got Jada
Yeah,
at 3.
I have him too, and I kind of feel the same way where it's kind of like it's default.
Yeah. It's
It's
just like when you're the second
yeah, he's
highest
probably a second
scorer on the best team,
best team. Yeah.
like the far and away best team too. It's like it's gonna push you up there. You said you
But
had him at
like
number 2.
yeah, but like the way I think about it is like the Wizards trade for him tomorrow. Am I that hype? Do I even
Exactly.
really like care? You
Do
know what
you
I
think
mean?
that that pushes you over the edge? Really? Like, do you think, oh shit, now we're a
Yeah.
solidified playoff team? Like, probably not.
I would imagine I was probably more hyped for Trey than I
Yeah.
was or than I would be to get J-Dub. And
Yeah. I
maybe I'm
think
off base with that, but
I think the Thunder could trade J Dub and still be just fine. Like
I mean
I
they thought
think
about it,
I
right? They thought
honestly
about it before
think
making the
like
pick.
if I was the Thunder, I probably would have gone into this like postseason or this off season or even maybe to the deadline, and like that's probably what I'm thinking in my back pocket. We're already a team that's spending a lot of money. We're bringing in all these draft picks. Let's see if we can move Jada, get a solid 3 to replace him. But like I
Who
don't, I also don't want to shit on J Dub. Like he's still really good. It's just I
yeah.
don't know. Compared to me, these top 2 guys, I would take them both over him easily. Number 2, I had Kawhi. I already went on my rant
Yeah.
about Kawhi. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league. I think he's like a robot whenever he turns it on. The only thing is that he can't stay
Yeah.
healthy, which is why I don't have him as number 1. Who we clearly both have Kevin
We have
Durant
KD
as our number 1,
tied or
which
both have them for one.
which coming off the playoff run he just had may feel a little weird that Kevin Durant is still number 1, but it's Kevin fucking Durant, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just Kevin
I'll also
Durant.
put it this way. I think anyone I should say anyone, but I think 6 of the guys on this list if we do this next year could be 1.
Yeah,
I think this is a really big transitional year
I
for
think
this
Cooper
position.
Flag
I
will
think
be
people are
the
getting older,
best next year.
got new people coming in. Like there's a chance
We're
that
gonna see some
really
guys fall
a
off this
lot of these
list.
guys. Yeah.
We're gonna see AJ DeBonza on this list for sure.
Not
Like for
opposed.
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Durant. I mean, you don't really got to say too much about Kevin Durant. It's just Kevin Durant. Like, like everyone knows why he's the best.
Houston maybe,
I
but
wish he would leave
who knows?
Houston. But
Yeah.
that wraps up our top 10 list. Go ahead and just list yours 10 to 1, and then I'll do the same, and then we'll get up out of here.
Gotcha. I had Jaden McDaniels, Denny Avdija, Colin Knippel, Trey Murphy, LeBron, Kawhi, Cooper Flag, OG, Jalen Williams, and then KD.
And
1.
my list was number 10, Franz, 9, Denny, 8, Jimmy, 7, Jaden McDaniels, 6, Cooper Flag, 5, OG, 4, Braun, 3, Dub, 2, Kawhi, and number 1, Kevin Durant, the consensus best small forward in the league. This is your number 1 source. We're telling you, don't ever question it. When we tell you something, believe it.
Bet the
Okay.
house. Bet the house.
Kevin Durant is going to win MVP this year. Just kidding. He's
And
not
AJ
even going to come
DeBonza rookie.
close. AJ DeBonza is
You
not going to
parlay
win
that
Rookie of the
with
Year
the Heat
because Darren
championship,
Peterson
you're gonna make a
exists.
lot of money, bud.
Hey, go ahead right now, bet LeBron James Finals MVP for the Miami Heat, and just see how much money you win. Go ahead.
Throw AJ on there for rookie of the year. Parlay that shit. You're gonna make a bunch. Put the house on it.
All right, that'll do it. Unless you got anything else.
Nah.
No, that'll
Like
do
the
it.
shit.
Like the video, subscribe. We will be back next week. We'll talk about our top 10 power forwards and something else I'll come up with. I'm sure some other NBA news will happen.
LeBron. I think
LeBron. We'll
hopefully.
just talk about LeBron for 50 minutes, and then we'll get into our power forward
Hopefully he
ranking.
signs somewhere. That make it a lot more interesting if he
Yeah, I
signs
hope
somewhere.
so. I hope so. But until next time, we'll catch y'all later. Peace out.